Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the characteristic features of Romanticism. Some of the important characteristics of Romanticism are as such. Number one, one of the important principles of Romanticism is the belief in the natural goodness of man. Means the poets of this era, they believed that man is naturally good. Number two, like Rousseau, the Romantics had immense faith in nature and country life. The poets and people of Romantic era, they had complete faith in nature, the beauty of nature, as well as simple and sober country life, village life. Through their writings, they expressed their true intimacy with the rural world. Whereas the writing is concerned, the poems are concerned, they have expressed that they were completely intimated, fully intimated with the village life. They used ordinary speech to express the feelings of the plain people belonging to the village and the farm. While writing about these people, what the poets of this time they did, they used ordinary language just to express the feelings of the simple people of village and farm. For them, it was nature rather than society. That was man's proper setting. They gave importance to the nature. For them, it was nature first rather than the society, because the society is made by men and nature is made by the Almighty. Society is a setting of man. Number three, Romanticism can be seen as a strong reaction against the rules and customs. Whereas classical poetry is concerned, neoclassical poetry is concerned, there were certain rules to compose, to write poetry. There was there were certain customs to be followed. But whereas romantic poetry is concerned, it seemed as a reaction against those rules, rigid rules and regulations. In the words of Victor Hugo, Romanticism is liberalism in literature. He says, whereas this period is concerned, Romantic age is concerned, Romanticism is concerned, in this it seemed as if literature became liberal. Romantics insist upon spontaneity, main feature. Romantics, they gave importance, they insisted spontaneity. Spontaneity, something that is unbidden, that is unpremeditated. The thoughts, the feelings which come automatically in the mind of the poet, that is spontaneity, and the romantics, they gave importance to spontaneity. They believe that every man has a right to express his thoughts in his own way. They also believed that every person has a right to say something, what he feels, what he experiences in his or her own way. Then is individualism is the keynote of Romanticism. Individual discussion, it was there in Romantic poetry. Number 5, Romanticism favors subjectivity and emotionalism. Whereas Romantic poetry is concerned, subject matter, subjectivity, it mattered as well as the emotions of the people. They were also given importance by the Romantic poets. It expresses its faith in the divine powers of imagination. They also believed in imagination, and imagination is believed as a divine power. Number next is Romantics had an intense liking for medieval life and legend. At the same time, they were also interested in the medieval life as well as the legends of the time. Last but not the least is Romantics adopted a new attitude towards the relationship between man and nature. This is again the main feature that there were a change attitude of the poets, whereas the relation between nature and people were concerned. For instance, Wordsworth categorically declared, nature never betrayed the heart that loved her. Wordsworth very emphatically, clearly expressed that whereas nature is concerned, it never deceives, it never betrays the feelings, the heart that loved her. The heart that loves nature, having feelings about the nature, having love about the nature, nature never betrays. The major romantic poets include William Blake. William Blake, the tenure from 1757 to 1827. Then is William Wordsworth from 1770 to 1850. Then is Walter Scott, another romantic poet, from 1771 to 1832. In the series, next is Robert Southey from 1774 to 1834. Then is S.T. Coleridge from 1772 to 1834. Then Lord Byron, eminent romantic poet, 1788 to 1824. Then comes P.B. Shelley, 1792 to 1822. John Keats, the youngest of the Romantics, from 1795 to 1821. Leaf Hunt, 1784 to 1859. And the last one is John Clare from 1793 and 1800 to 1864. Whereas the contribution of these eminent poets in Romanticism is concerned, we shall be taking in our next lecture. Mark it here. Thank you very much.